Mr. Speaker, the Defence Minister refuses to provide any explanation as to why he, on at least 2 occasions, misled Canadians about the role that he played in Afghanistan, fabricating that he was the architect of the largest battle Canadians fought in, but he wasn't. This is not one of those things where sorry is going to be enough. He should be moved out. And if the Prime Minister refuses to see the damage that this is doing, why should Canadians have confidence in him?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, I am proud of the service of the Minister of National Defence, whether it was as a police officer, whether it was a decorated member of the Canadian Armed Forces, or whether it's as our Minister of National Defence. The work that he and this government is doing every day to support the men and women of the Canadian Forces, to have a positive impact in the world, whether it's in the fight against Daesh or promoting regional stability in Eastern Europe through leading a framework nation in Latvia. This is the work that Canadians know needs to be done, and I'm proud of the work that the Minister of National Defence has been doing.
Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, no one has questioned the bravery of the Minister of Defence when he was a soldier. There are two documented cases of the Minister of Defence taking credit for the hard work and bravery of others, vastly exaggerating his role in a military operation. This is a serious issue, and it's deeply offended those who were actually on the battlefield. And he said these things as far back as 2015 when he was campaigning as a Liberal candidate in the last election. So my question for the Prime Minister is this. Did he know, was he aware about these fabrications before he appointed a Minister of Defence?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
The work the Minister of National Defence has done to serve his community, to serve his country, and continues to do is to the honour of all Canadians. The work we're doing internationally in the fight against Daesh, supporting our allies in NATO, and continuing to be strong leaders around the world, while we give the right tools and opportunities to show the leadership of the Canadian Armed Forces around the world, is something that is truly important to me. We stand by the Minister of Defence and the great work that he's doing.
Order. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
The Minister keeps telling us that Canadians expect people to apologize when they've made a mistake, but actually, Canadians also expect you to do the right thing when you've done something wrong. And the right thing for this minister to do is step aside. On 2 occasions, he made a political calculation that by exaggerating his military resume, that somehow this would get him further ahead in politics. And that might be something that he did as a Liberal politician, but it's wrong for a minister who represents our men and women in uniform. Will the Prime Minister do the right thing and move him away from the defence?
Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the exemplary and extraordinary service that has characterized the life of the Minister of National Defence is one that we can all be proud of. As he stands up every day for the men and women of the Canadian Forces, focusing on giving them the tools and the opportunity to serve and lead the way we know they can on the world stage, the way the world needs Canada to show leadership. This is something that we are tremendously proud of as a government, and we continue to look for more opportunities to lead and serve around the world.
Order. I remind honourable colleagues of Standing Order 16.2, which provides that no member shall interrupt when another member has the floor. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister refuses to acknowledge the severity of this and the damage that it has done. That, more than anything else, tells you where his priorities are, and they're not with the military. He pulled our fighter jets out of the fight against ISIS when our allies asked us to stay. He cut $12 billion in funding to the Defence Department, and now he's refusing to remove a Defence Minister who has twice misled Canadians about his role in a military mission. So does the Prime Minister understand that his first step in changing course from the damage that he's doing to the military is to remove this Defence Minister?
Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, when we took office, we actually increased the effectiveness of Canada's role against Daesh by doing what it was that we do best. We were on the ground training, supporting local militia, local troops as they took the fight directly to Daesh. That is something that we, as a country, have always excelled at. We demonstrated our capacities to do that in Afghanistan, and we continue to understand that giving the proper tools and funding to the Canadian military to be able to accomplish the goals that we set for them here in this House is extremely important, and I'm proud of this government's record.